Okay, hi, dear students. Welcome to this fourth session of the Module 6. We are going to start here. I don't see any student connected, but remember, if you enter during the session, please put your comments or your doubts in the chat. Don't wait until the final, because in the final we don't have enough time. So we are going to start. Let me see. Let me open the PowerPoint slides. And here we are. And, okay, here we are. We are going to close this and we are on the week number 4. This is the integration week. My name is Dora Luz Gomez Utrera. As you know, I am your facilitator of this module, and we have the next agenda. We are going to check some important dates. Also, I want to review with you the evaluation, the training purpose and expected learning, the integrative activities, some selected topics in order to make your integrative activities. In this case, it's just the integrative project, and also the formative activities. Okay, first, we have until this Wednesday, so today, to make extension requests. So just until today. If you ask me for an extension tomorrow or the Friday, please let you know that I am not going to give you this extension. Why? Well, you have to remember that you need to make the request of an extension just 72 hours after the activity has closed. Solo pueden hacer la extensión o la solicitud de la extensión después de 72 horas después de cerrada la actividad. We have another important date. The Sunday is the end day for sending any activity. So please take note of this, because just the Sunday, we don't have any for activities of number 4. Please make your activities, or maybe the develop of your activity with time. Don't wait until Sunday 11 o'clock to make the sending. Please take in account this, because anything can happen during the last moment. So if you have more time to do your activity, you can resolve, or you can get a solution. But if you wait until the last minute, the last hour, or the last hours of the Sunday to make the activity, or to upload your activity, maybe you are going to have problems. And remember, I don't give any extension for activities of week number 4. Another thing, the Tuesday, November 12th, you can see your final score. I'm going to send you a mail or a message where you can check your final score, or maybe advising you that you can check your final score in the portfolio. And for the people that have less of 60% of this module, they are going to be in the recovery period. That it starts in November 14th, the Wednesday. So, but this is just for people who doesn't pass the module. If you have 60% or more, you continue with the module number 7. So this is just for people that didn't get the 60%. What else? With about the training purpose and expected learning. As I told you, since the week number 1, the goal or the main goal of this module is that you get the level A1 of English. The level A1 of English is the most basic level of English. So here we are in the integration week, where we have to integrate all the topics, or at least the most topics that we see during the week. And here you can see what are all these topics. For example, the present simple tense, to communicate, forgive or ask indications, give or ask instructions, to look or to localize objects or places, also to describe and introduce yourself or other people. So this kind of topics that we have during the last 3 weeks of this module. Excuse me. Oh, sorry. I I am a little bit sick. That's why. Let me. Okay. Yes. I think that I have some flu. So that's why. Okay. What about the evaluation? Oh, excuse me one more time. Sorry. Okay. The evaluation. The Monday I sent you a message. Well, I tell you that this week, this number 4 week, it's very important because you can get a lot of points of your final score. One more time, excuse me. Okay. For example, the integrative project, it equals to 30% of your final score. One more time, excuse me, one more time. The integrative forum, it's 8%. You also have the self-assessment, that is 5%. And, sorry, one more time. And finally, the socio-emotional activity. You remember that you have to make one of these activity on week number 2, and the other one during this week number 4 with your tutor. And what else? Well, if you check all the resources of the week number 1, 2, and 3, and 4, you are going to get the 5% that it is given to you by an automatic way. Remember, you can additional activities here in this part of the platform, week 4, at the final, the socio-emotional activity and the self-assessment activity also. The self-assessment is just a questionnaire that asks you about your activities, about what have you learned with the activities that you did during this module. So what about the activities that you have to work on in this week 4? Well, we have the integrative project, my personal blog, and the integration forum, making online friends. First, my personal blog. You have to work on a format that is this here, my personal blog. You just download it in the instructions of the activity, and you have to answer each question that they make to you. The first section is about me. And there is a kind of 9 questions about your personal information, like your name, your age, your physical appearance, what do you do, your marital status, who do you live with, your favorite family member, where are you from, and your nationality. I give you here some examples. I fill these spaces with my personal information. For example, in the first question, what is your name? I put, my name is Dora Luz Gomez Utrera. Please check this. It's not correct just to say Dora Luz Gomez Utrera. No, 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 no. You have to put, oh, sorry. You have to put complete answers. My name is Dora Luz Gómez Utrera. I'm going to repeat this in Spanish. Lo voy a repetir en español. Aquí un ejemplo de esta pregunta. What is your name? ¿Cuál es tu nombre? Y yo pongo la respuesta completa. Mi nombre es Dora Luz Gómez Utrera. No está bien que yo solo ponga mi nombre, Dora Luz Gómez Utrera. No. Una respuesta completa es my name is Dora Luz Gómez Utrera. Otra más. How old are you? I am 33 years old. ¿Qué edad tienes? Tengo 33 años. No se vale que solo pongan, por ejemplo, 33. No. La respuesta completa es I am 33 years old. You can put also this with numbers. It doesn't matter. Lo puedes poner con números y no importa. What do you look like? ¿Cómo eres físicamente? No se vale que solo pongan, por ejemplo, short and thin. Okay, ciertamente es una descripción, but you have to use the vocabulary and the grammar that we have seen during the model. So, the way that you have to show this vocabulary and grammar is that you use complete answers. For example, I am thin and short. I have long curly black hair. I have a small black eyes. See, it is a short description, but more complete. Okay? What do you do? And I describe what I do. I am a biologist. I've studied a master's degree in biochemistry. I am teacher of English, biology, and chemistry. What is your marital status? The same. I am married since 2012. Who do you live with? I live with my husband, Ivan, my cousin, Aaron, my 2-year-old child, Balan, and a wonderful dog, Jack. Who is your favorite family member? My husband, my son, my cousin, my dogs, my mom, my sister. I don't have a favorite member. I love all of them. I mean, I can't put just one favorite member. Where are you from? You can. One more time. You are not going to put just the place. You have to use complete answers. Acayucan. For example, oh, sorry. You don't put just Acayucan. No, you have to use complete answers. What nationality are you? Notice the difference. Here is where are you from, and here is your nationality. I am Mexican. Okay, there is another section called first blog post where you have to fill all these spaces about the city where do you live and some description of some places about what you can do in your city, what do you like, what do you dislike, what do you do in weekends. Here is a space where you have to put much more information. For example, where do you live? I live in Tuxtepec, Oaxaca. How is your city? Tuxtepec is a small city with a great river that crosses the city. However, the river is very polluted. Also, it is known because there are a lot of factories as the beer, sugar, and paper factory. Entonces yo aquí puse una descripción completa de mi ciudad, que es una ciudad pequeña, pero que con un gran río que cruza la ciudad. Sin embargo, el río está contaminado. También se conoce porque hay muchas fábricas, como la fábrica de cerveza, de azúcar y papel. What places are in your city? Are there in your city? ¿Qué lugares hay en tu ciudad? In my city, there are big factories, a main beautiful park, and natural spaces around the city, as waterfalls, natural water parks, and a lot of mountains. Entonces, en mi ciudad hay grandes fábricas, un parque principal grande y espacios naturales alrededor de la ciudad, como cascadas, parques de agua natural y muchas montañas. Otro más. What activities can you do in your city? ¿Qué actividades puedes hacer en tu ciudad? Noten aquí todo lo que yo puse. ¿Sale? Es un ejemplo de todo lo que pueden complementar ustedes aquí. In Tuxtepec, you can do exercise in a beautiful environment around the river in a place known as Muro Boulevard. Also, you can spend time in family in the natural spaces around the city. Otherwise, there is a big mall where you can get groceries, food, clothes, shoes, or even go to the cinema. But if you prefer to walk a lot, you also can buy anything you need in the downtown. Entonces yo puse que puedes hacer ejercicio en un ambiente muy hermoso y natural que está alrededor del río, conocido como el Muro Boulevard. También puedes pasar tiempo con tu familia en los espacios naturales que hay alrededor de la ciudad. Además, hay un gran mercado o una gran plaza donde puedes comprar pues toda tu despensa, comida, ropa, zapatos o incluso ir al cine. But if you prefer to walk, pero si prefieres caminar mucho, tú puedes comprar todo lo que necesites en el centro de la ciudad. What do you like about your city? ¿Qué te gusta de tu ciudad? Y la otra pregunta, what do you dislike? Y entonces aquí pues, I like Tuxtepec because there are a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables to eat in any time of the year. Also, I like the natural spaces that it have, and I really love the parks because are beautiful and have game for my child. Entonces me gusta que siempre hay frutas y vegetales frescos para comer en todo el año. También me gustan los espacios naturales que tiene y me encantan los parques porque son hermosos y tienen juegos para mi hijo. What do you dislike? I don't like the violence because there are murders almost every day. Sometimes I can't stand the weather because during the summer it is extremely hot. And finally, I hate just inside the city. No me gusta la violencia porque hay muchos asesinatos casi cada día. Algunas veces no soporto el clima porque durante el verano es extremadamente caliente. Llegamos a los 45 grados. Y finalmente, odio el río contaminado justo dentro de la ciudad. What do you do in weekends? I spend all my time with my family during weekends. Sometimes we go to the park or a water park if it is hot. Other times we spend the time just in our house because it has a big garden and we can play a lot. ¿Qué hago en mis tiempos libres? O durante los fines de semana, perdón. Bueno, paso mi tiempo con mi familia durante los fines de semana. Algunas veces vamos al parque o a un parque de agua si hace mucho calor. Otras veces solamente estamos en casa porque la casa tiene un gran jardín donde podemos jugar mucho. Después van a redactar en español una reflexión de media cuartilla sobre la forma en que el aprendizaje del idioma inglés puede favorecer tu desarrollo profesional y laboral. Yo lo escribí aquí en inglés, pero recuerden que puede ir en español, ¿sale? Media cuartilla. And finally, you are to complete this section with the URL of your audio. What you are going to record in your audio? Just the section B. Section B is first blog post. This, where do you live, who is your city, etc. Entonces, solo van a grabar la sección B de su audio, ¿ok? What else? What about? Okay, let me see the chat. Okay, we don't have anyone yet. Okay, what about else? Okay, the integration forum. Okay, ¿qué dice aquí? Let me see this. Here we are. Okay, for the forum, we have these instructions. Remember that it equals to 8% of your final score. So in order to get this 8%, you have to make 4 participations. The first, you have to greet and introduce yourself, talking about your name, your native city, and your age. You can also add information about your city, some places or some interesting places of your city. In the second one, you are going to write 5 questions to a classmate so you can know him or her a little bit more. The third one, answer the questions that you receive from other classmates. Here is very important. If you don't receive questions, you can answer some questions that have put other person, even if these questions are not for you. The fourth part, introduce one of your classmates that you met during this forum. Entonces, en la primera se van a presentar ustedes, en la segunda escribir 5 preguntas a un compañero para conocerlo mejor, en la tercera van a responder las preguntas que les hayan hecho y en la cuarta van a presentar al compañero que hayan conocido en este foro. Muy importante que en la tercera participación, si no tienen preguntas dirigidas a ustedes, pueden hacer uso de preguntas que les hayan hecho otros compañeros a otras personas. Okay. For this forum, remember that you have greetings and farewells. Formal greetings, formal farewells, informal greetings, and informal farewells. So please use them. Always you put a participation, use the greetings and farewells. Also for the integration forum, you have to make questions. So remember that you have to use do in case that you are going to use do, or is. Here we are. For the verb to be, remember, are you a student? Is. Remember, always use this structure. If you want to use the verb can, please use can I study? Can you study? Can he or she study? Always with the verb can. And for other verbs, you need to use the auxiliary do or does. For example, do I study? Do you study? Does he or she study? Remember that you need to use the auxiliary do or does, the pronoun, and the complement. And as you know, we use do, does just for he, for she, or it. So here there are some exceptions. The verb can, also the verb to be could be an exception because we don't use the auxiliary. For all the rest of verbs, you need to use do or does, depending the depending the pronoun that you are talking about. So, what else about this? Well, it's very important that you use all these. Es muy importante que ustedes utilicen entonces apropiadamente los pronombres. Muy, muy importante. Los pronombres y recuerden usar el verbo to be. Pueden hacer preguntas con el verbo to be, con el verbo can o con otros verbos. No importa que hagan con cualquiera de estos dos verbos, ¿sale? ¿Qué más? ¿Qué más? Okay, here is another, okay. Remember that you are talking of present simple. And for the present simple, we have reviewed all these weeks the present simple in the affirmative way with subject más verb infinitive verb, the negative way, subject auxiliary and not, más more verb infinitive verb, and the interrogative way, auxiliary subject infinitive verb and the question mark, and the auxiliary could be do or does depending on the pronoun. Also, we have the learning forum. In this forum, you need to use this space to comment, to put doubts about the resources, about the activities, but we are using this space also to practice. What we are talking about to practice? What is the use of learning a second language? ¿Para qué sirve aprender una segunda lengua? Okay, that's all, okay? The formative activities. Introducing ourselves, that you are going to practice, obviously, introducing yourself, and finding the answer. Here you are going to practice the use of verbs with different pronouns. So you are practicing more and more the present simple tense. And this is it. This is the session, the fourth session. So you have a lot of work during this week. The good thing is that you have to concentrate your efforts in just one activity, the integrative project. Also, the recommendation is that you need to comment as much as you can and as soon as you can the integrative forum. Why? Well, it's very common that for the integrative forum, you don't have enough time and you start your participations until weekend. And if you start until weekend, you are not going to have the opportunity that your partners ask you the questions. Si ustedes participan hasta el fin de semana, no van a tener la oportunidad de que sus compañeros les pongan las preguntas. The questions that you need to answer for the fourth participation. Las preguntas que ustedes necesitan responder para la cuarta participación. So that's why I suggest you that you get in the forum as soon as you can. Les sugiero que entren al foro tan pronto como puedan. Okay? With this advice, I am done. I have finalizing this session. This fourth session is the last one. It was a pleasure to work with you during this module. I hope you see you later, but if not, it was really, really a pleasure. And finally, I am not saying goodbye because we're still having communication in platform, in the messenger, and also by email. But yes, goodbye for this fourth session. See you later, guys.